In a small town not far from here lived a young driver named John. He was in his 20s, full of energy and never short of words. But the problem was, he didn't know when to stop talking. He was funny, yes, but often his jokes came at someone else's expense. He insulted freely, spoke without thinking, and believed that silence was for the weak. Passengers sometimes laughed, but some, the quiet ones, would just stare out the window, hiding the hurt his words left behind. One early morning, as the sky was still gray with mist, an old woman climbed aboard his bus. Her outline was thin, her steps slow, but her smile warm. She greeted John softly, "Good morning, my son." But John barely nodded. He was too busy teasing another passenger about his torn shirt. Laughter filled the bus again, except hers. That morning seemed ordinary, but something was waiting for John down that road, something that would silence his laughter and open his eyes. Before we continue, if stories like this inspire reflection and growth, take a second to like this video and subscribe, because sometimes one story can shift the way you see the world. Now, let's go back to John's journey. As John drove through the town, he spotted another driver at the junction, a man he often argued with, and without thinking, the battle began. "Hey, learn to drive, old man," John yelled. "You again? Maybe use your brain before your mouth," the other shouted back. Words flew like arrows, sharp, careless, and quick. Passengers shrank into their seats, and then a small child ran across the street, chasing a rolling ball. John's hand jerked the wheel, slamming the brakes. The bus skidded, tires screeching, and slammed into a light pole. The silence that followed was louder than any words John had ever spoken. Passengers gasped, clutching their seats. The little boy stood frozen at the side of the road, safe but trembling. John's hands shook as he gripped the wheel, and from the back of the bus came the calm voice of the old woman. "Your tongue moves faster than your hands, young man. One day, it will drive you into more than a pole." Her words sank into him. That night, John couldn't sleep. Every time he closed his eyes, he heard her voice again. "Your tongue moves faster than your hands." He thought of all the people he had mocked, all the faces that turned away, all the wounds he caused with words he didn't mean, or maybe did. The next morning, John returned to the bus stop, and there she was, the old woman again, waiting patiently, a small clay pot in her hands. She stepped aboard and said with a knowing smile, "Good morning, my son. You drove too fast yesterday with your words." John chuckled nervously. "I guess I did." She handed him the clay pot. "Every time you speak, imagine this pot in your hands. What you pour from it can be honey or poison. Choose carefully." That night, he sat alone again, turning the clay pot in his hands. For the first time, he didn't want to talk. He just thought. He remembered all the times his words made people laugh and the times they made people cry. The next few weeks, something changed. John spoke less. He smiled more. He began greeting passengers kindly, helping them with their bags, and joking only when it lifted hearts, not broke them. When others argued, he stayed silent. When anger rose, he took a breath instead of a word. And soon, people noticed. His bus felt different, peaceful. Even his laughter, when it came, was softer, genuine. One morning, John looked for the old woman, but her usual seat was empty. Only a folded paper lay there, drawn neatly, its corners curling. On it, in fine pencil letters, were these words: "Now your words can heal. Keep them that way." He looked out through the window at the long, quiet road ahead. This time, the silence wasn't awkward. It was peace, the kind that only comes after noise has taught its lesson.